Alright. Let's play some Diamond Dynasty. That should work now. Alright, so today we're gonna play this mini season. Okay, so alright, what's up guys? So no, I'm not a streamer. I just have to make some content. I'm trying to think of a better way to make some content, something that's more fun, something that can combine my enjoyment of playing video games, but also work. And just this camera. That's good. Okay, no, I'm not a streamer. I'm not starting to stream. I'm just trying to find a clever and creative way that I can have fun making content for you guys. Because that just makes the content better. If I'm having fun, we're all having fun. You can also watch me act like a fool in this video game. So, a little unnecessary background info. I have a Diamond Dynasty team called the Carolina Outlaws. We're gonna go ahead and play a little game. I played a lot of show. It's a good game. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, so while we're talking about this, or while we're watching while we're playing some Mimbleby, I figured I could talk about a new loan program that came out. So if you've ever heard of a USDA loan, it's mainly for farmers, or like it's a USDA loan. It's an agricultural loan, and essentially what it means is there's certain areas that qualify for. Well, okay, backtrack. And we're ready to go from Pinhead Park. The USDA loan, they go over your whole county, and they split it up into little areas based on income levels, income track levels, right? So they split these up into 5 categories. There's low, moderate, middle, maybe. I think there's like middle, and high. So I guess 4. Low, moderate, upper, and high. I think so they split them up into these distinct categories by essentially saying this area, the average income in this plot that we've mapped out is X. Okay. So if a home qualifies for the low to moderate income level, so the first 2, it can qualify for USD loan, which is now applies to what I'm talking about with the buyer's advantage loan. So if we find a home for you in one of those areas, right? What exactly is a buyer's advantage loan? So let's kind of start over with that there.
Oh, it's a ground ball right side.
Okay, well,
a flip to the pitcher covering.
And not fast enough. All right, 1 down. Okay, so back to the buyer's advantage loan. So with the buyer's advantage loan, it's actually really cool. So you can put 0% down, and this is kind of what this is all about. I want to teach how you can put 0% down on a house. And this is private residential or personal residential, so you're buying your own home for yourself.
A ball and no
you wouldn't necessarily. I don't think you would be able to use this for a commercial loan. This would be strictly for your own home. But essentially, the requirements: you put 0% down. All you need is a 640 credit score. So this makes it accessible to people with good and bad credit. Across the board. The best thing about this is no PMI. Typically in any loan, if you put less than 20% down, okay. Double perfects.
Here's Bryce Harper.
I smoked that, and he just looked.
Bryce Harper would be one of the guys considered
okay. So put 0% down. Typically with less than 20%, then you have to pay property mortgage insurance, and this just guarantees the bank that they're gonna get their money back, right? So it's just insurance that covers if you don't pay for your payment. That the bank's still gonna get their money. Okay.
Half inning complete. We've got no score.
Typically that's common with a government like an FHA loan as well, just because they want to know that they're going to get their money. So when we look at buyer's advantage, this requires 0% down. This requires no PMI, minimum 640 credit score. It just has to be in a certain area that qualifies for income tax level of medium to. Game is way too loud. Hey, thanks for the Salami Phil.
Look out, hitters! It's going to be a tough day.
Hold on a second, guys. We're gonna adjust some settings. Game volume is way too loud. Okay, hopefully that's a little bit better. No promises, but I'm hoping it's a little bit better. Also, this is like, it's kind of tripping me out trying to talk about something like this when I'm playing this game, so we're gonna have to practice these. Starting pitcher today is Shohei Ohtani. We're gonna give it a ride with him. All right, so guys, back to the buyer's advantage zone. So I'll just give you an example of clients of mine that closed a couple weeks ago. We were looking around for them. We were originally going to go FHA, which required 3.5% down, in addition to your closing costs and all that. Out the door, it was about, at closing with the down payment, we were looking at about $14,000. But the target number in this case was we wanted to be around 10. And so I met with the lender, and we kind of just went over all the options. You know, what is available, what can we do to help them get closer to that number, or to get under 10, total down payment, closing costs, everything. So with buyer's advantage, there's 0% down. So closing costs, I believe, were about $6,000, $7,000. And 0% down. So all in all, they ended up paying about $7,000, and they don't have a PMI payment, which typically they were looking around $200,000. That home value typically carries about $100 a month on PMI, and that's just super rough estimate. I'm just giving you a basic general thing. But yeah, typically your PMI can be around $100 a month at that price point. So having that relief of having to pay for that up to 20%, typically you would have to pay that until you reach 20% paid loan value. Then you could, get rid of the PMI. But that's huge. That saves them a lot of money on their monthly payment, having no PMI. It allows them to put less money down up front, which is nice. So we ended up getting them in a place. I've thrown 4 sliders in a row because I'm not paying attention. That's what I get. Gotta pay attention. I'm not great at multitasking. Yeah, so this worked out great for them. And the reason I wanted to make a little video and kind of talk about this, I feel like I have a lot of friends that another slider I just picked. I'm not paying attention. I have a lot of friends that are, they feel like, I don't have a ton of money saved up to put down on a house right now, but they're paying for rent already. They're paying, especially areas so I live in Charleston, South Carolina. In areas like that, it's just so expensive. He's running. Gunned him down. He's out. Let's go, baby. Woo! Okay, so in areas like this, in Charleston, there's not a lot of new construction. I mean, there is relatively, but there's not enough new construction for how many people we have moving here, right? So that pushes up the rental rates because there's so many people that can't afford to get into houses. There's not enough new houses for people to move into. So that pushes up the prices of the homes. That also pushes up the prices of rent because they know, hey, you're not going to be able to get in the house, so you're going to have to rent, so we're going to charge you a lot more. So that's common in areas in growing areas what's something similar, like Medina, Ohio. I feel like that's a growing area, and I say that just because I'm familiar with back home. But it's important for first-time home buyers because this is a solid way, another slider, that you can get into a home with not a lot of money down. People think you need to have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to buy your house, which just isn't true anymore. These people, we got them in. I'm pretty sure, like I said, they were around a little over $7,000. I think they had to buy a new refrigerator for their place. So, I mean, less than $8,000, and they own their own home. Their rent payment is $16. They have some HOA fees, but before the HOA, it was $1,600 a month. So if right now you're in a situation where you're paying, which I know some people are, I have a friend that's paying $2,300 a month for rent in a single bedroom apartment. Dude, I'm saying you could get a 2 or 3 bedroom townhome, condo, something like that. Even well, condos are different. Sorry, I shouldn't have said condo. They have their own. Condos have their own types of loans, and they're a little different. But a townhome, a single-family home, something like that. If you're paying over $1,500–1,600 a month for a place right now, there's no reason why you shouldn't buy. Especially right now in Charleston with this Buyers Advantage loan program. If you have over 640 credit score, that's all you need. You need a 640 credit score and a few $1,000s saved up for closing costs, which usually go for appraisals, inspections, stuff like that. Jeez, I'm hitting it right at these people. Yeah, so I just want to take a couple minutes and just talk about the Buyers Advantage loan and why that's something that more people should take advantage of. It's a great opportunity for first-time home buyers. Specifically, like I was saying, in markets where it's tough to buy, where it's to read. I just he goes. He goes. Oh, go, 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 go. Is he going to get 3? I'm going 3. I'm going 3. I'm going 3. There's no way. Get down, baby. Let's go.
Man, those are the types of
you like it.
You don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. That pitch came off the bat really well in the center field, and he clearly put a nice swing on it. And
he moved from it down.
Get one to drop in out there, you know you stung it pretty good because it seems like center field these days,
in the world of real estate, Buyers Advantage.
Everything hit their way. A lot riding on this next at bat now as they look to take the
sorry, I'm pumping with a hit. Buyers Advantage is the way to go. If you still have money to put down, now that's not to say don't go with other loan programs. You might be able to, with other loan programs, you might be able to get a better interest rate. You might be able to get better terms on your loan. You're still going to lower that payment by putting, if you can put 20% down on a house, I completely just blew by the ball. If you can still put 20% down on a house, that's obviously the most beneficial thing that you can do. It's just going to drive your monthly payment down. You're not going to have to pay PMI. And you don't want to. That's just always the first case scenario, best case scenario. But that doesn't mean there's not other options for other cases. Jeez, I got to score a run there. There's definitely ways that you can get into a home for much less, low down payment, low money down. So, yeah, if you're considering that, reach out to one of your real estate agents in your area. I know I speak this specifically to a scenario that happened in Charleston, South Carolina. I assume that this is a loan type that's available in other states. But if you're in another place other than Charleston or other than South Carolina, and you're interested in buying, but you're not sure exactly what that looks like, definitely have a conversation with your real estate agent. And if you don't know a real estate agent in your area, reach out to me. We have a big network of real estate agents at McConnell Real Estate Partners that we can, we'll always have somebody we can refer you to. So yeah, if you have any questions, we'd love to talk more about that and have an actual conversation rather than while I'm playing baseball. My pitcher's getting tired. Shoot, I need it. All right, let's see. Good pitch, good pitch. I'm going to throw in. I'm going to throw in. So Evan Phillips, the guy I'm about to put in the game. I went to high school with that. I graduated high school with Evan Phillips. This dude's a dog. I think he comes as an 84. I haven't leveled up to an 88 just because he can throw. So we're gonna put him in the game. Just shout out to Clayton High School alum there. See if we can let him warm up a little bit and still get a couple more pitches out of Shohei. Whew. I've not been focusing this game. Inside fastball, right by him. Ooh, yeah, he's really losing his strength here.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate.
That pitch got a little anxious, and now in a two-strike count, he's going to have to widen out his shots, choke up on the bat, and really make sure he has pitch recognition before pulling the trigger.
I'm going to go curveball outside.
And a 1-2 again.
Yeah, got him.
For the strikeout.
Back-to-back
strikeouts to start the frame, and that's now 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's really settling in and getting a few.
All right, let's put that on. He's not ready, but it was close.
Righty reliever out of
He'll
the
be ready.
pen, Evan Phillips.
All right, let's see what you got here.
The game with a bases empty.
This kid I graduated high school with.
Now, Ryan Braun.
Really makes you think about like what you're doing with your life, you know. Like, you know, one day we were both eating lunch in the cafeteria.
2 down, nobody on, and that one foul. Nothing here in the bottom of the second.
Shoot! Oh, that's so bad.
Swing and a miss. And it's 1
I
and
still
2.
somehow. I got it there. So Don, I'm going to give you really. Sorry, I should say. Someone asked, "Will interest rates come back down anytime soon?" So this is what I'll say about that. I do not know what interest rates will do. However, I will say this: if you're thinking about buying, but you want to wait on interest rates, I get in principle that's a good idea. The reason, this is just classic old school real estate advice: date the rate, marry the house, right? So if you find a house that you want to move into, but you're like, interest rates are a little bit high right now, I don't want to pay all this extra for interest rates. I get that, logical thinking. However, a year from now when interest rates do come down, the house is not going to be available, and you're not going to have that house anymore. So you're going to might have to settle for something that you don't want later down the road. That's never what you want. When you're buying a home, it's your home. It's you want it to have the things you want. So if you come across a home that's like, you know it's going to go, but you really want it, buy the house. A year later, if interest rates do go down, you refinance. If they go up, you still have your interest rate at what it was back then. But if they go down, you can just refinance at a lower rate. Plus, by then you might have, I mean, it's not going to be much, but you might have a little bit of equity built up in your house, depending on the market in your area. So if you have some equity, you might be able to refinance a little bit higher and get some, you know, get a couple hundred, a couple $1,000s back in equity. So. Oh, good question. Interest rates, don't know what they're going to do. It's, I mean, stuff that's, you never know exactly. It's like the stock market. They're going to go back and forth. But don't let your home buying, let's go, get through there. Don't let your home buying, you buying a home, be determined on the interest rates, just because they're so flexible and you can always refinance. You can't go back and rebuy a home if someone's already bought it, you know. All right, top to third. I got to stop. I just got to get a 1 run here. I got to put in a closer pitcher. Hold on. Do I put in a pinch runner? Why? For who? For my first baseman? Well, then who's going to come in for him? Because I don't have any first baseman on the bench. I don't have a backup first baseman. No, I'm just going to let him run. He's fine. Shohei's going to go a yard right here anyway, so it's fine. Good eye. All right, here we go. I love the question, though, Don, if you're still watching. I love the question. It makes you think and prepare, you know.
Right through there for a strike.
That's such a good pitch. That's such a good pitch. There's nothing I can do about that.
Kicks and deals. Swing.
Oh!
That's a strikeout.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
And first offering is fouled off.
Always tough to turn 2 on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn 2 quickly.
Gosh. Just a second, Don. I got to score a run here.
At the belt and fires.
They're down the. Oh no! Oh, you gotta hit that.
Out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single.
Jeez.
Strikeout. So
come on.
Been able to move that runner up, get him in the scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you.
All right, we got
so far on the
Derek
mound.
Jeter.
Honestly,
this Derek Jeter's been ass for me all season.
The lefty, the 1-0. This one lifted in the air, left field.
Like unreal.
Makes the grab.
Oh, I forgot to. Shoot, I forgot to put in a closing pitcher.
And welcome. And a pitch. And a good
All right, let's go to extra innings because I can't focus. So, okay. I live in an area with not many newer homes, and the ones that are very expensive. Wait, hold on. And the ones that are very expensive and overpriced. Is that the new norm? I think it's just so the market directly fluctuates based off of what people are doing. So I think that if home prices are going up, it's because there's more people moving to your area. I would say that if more people are moving to your area with, depending on the jobs types, specifically in your area, like the big biology company, if they're growing and you have higher income jobs coming in, those people are going to want newer homes. So yeah, and if you don't have many newer homes, new builds, then yeah, that's going to push the price up. Anytime you have like a demand of people moving to an area, but you don't have new construction keeping up with that, you're always going to see a price surge. And that's what happened in Charleston. We had, during COVID, thousands of people moving. I think there's like at one point, like there were like 60-some people. It was like, it might not have been that, but there was like 6.5 people a day moving to Charleston, or it was something crazy like that. But there was nowhere for them to live, so that's why the houses here just skyrocketed like 36% in 1 year, just because there's nowhere for those people to live. Yeah. All right. One down.
Here's Austin Riley.
One down.
First pitch, and that's in for a
Dude,
strike.
did you see that cutter? I'm saying that, dude. I went to high school with this kid.
And delivers outside.
That was disgusting.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Swing and a miss.
But you're tired? All right, well, just a second. We need you here.
And now it's even up.
2-2.
And the right-hander deals. On a line.
Zhang Holi.
2 up, 2 down.
Man, if that
Zhang Holi with a
drops right
catch.
there, they would have gotten
Yeah,
the
Zhang Holi.
run on base, maybe even
I love
in
it.
scoring position, but that's just one of those hang with thems.
Adley Rutschman in the box
Let's
with
go,
2
baby.
gone. And
Good
takes
pitch.
a look at a called strike.
Yeah.
Next
Ooh.
off, he's in for a
Right on the corner there.
strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches.
I don't
Down
have any
and 0-2
like
hole. He's gonna have to battle
slow
if he gets a
breaking
mistake.
balls. Like I wish I had like a
2
nice
outs.
curveball that drop him down low.
Popped
Yep.
up,
Andres
and
Jimenez.
that's the inning. So
It's
they
an
go
end of the side.
quietly
All right,
there.
so
3 innings complete.
now we're
tied,
going to over
nothing,
extra
nothing.
innings, overtime.
Welcome back, and now on the mound.
Who do we have on second base to run for us? Oh, dude, this
They know
guy's.
that he can get a right-hander out, but he's
Must
in
have need
position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
And now here is Harper.
Who do we have on second?
Hit it
Ooh,
well, but
okay.
flied
Got
out
an
to the
84.
deepest part of the outfield
44
his
steal,
first
but good
time.
speed if we get the ball on the ground.
Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. A swing and a miss, and that's
Oh,
strike
no.
1. Extra innings certainly at a different feel starting in 2020. With a new rule placing a runner on second to begin the
Embarrassing.
inning, and that forced teams to rethink their strategy in extra frames.
Come on now.
Yeah, much less margin for
Pitch the ball.
error, and Boog, to your dismay, not much sacrifice bunting. Teams usually
Ah!
try for the big inning.
Certainly not that much bunting for the road
just
team
sucks.
as they try and play for the big inning, but for the home team,
Dude,
if
I found
the
out
road
in
team
one of the last
doesn't
games I was
score,
playing, so
you'll see the home team
they had somebody on
bounce
third
up.
base,
Such a confidence boost
and
for
hit a foul ball.
the ball game,
And I ran over there and caught it like that.
he faces just
And then
makes
I didn't
him
realize
slow
I
down a little bit.
played baseball my whole life, and I
From
didn't
there,
realize
can
that
really
he could
settle
tag up on a foul ball. So I should have just let the ball drop, but he ended up tagging up and getting and going home. So
And that
bad
one
situation.
ripped
Get there,
to left.
be good.
Braun
Jeez.
makes the catch
Get
for the
down.
out. 2 away down.
This is a lot tougher for you, and this is like where okay.
He's
So
0 for 1.
how do you know if a house is a good deal? Feels like old school buying a used car before the internet. Yeah, that's where you got to really rely on your agent to pull comps for you and show you what other houses for, because the market's I mean, I don't know how to say this, but I mean, like, the market's the market. So whatever it says is mostly accurate. So if you just look at, you know, if you're looking at a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with, let's say, 1,500 square feet, you pull 4 or 5 other those with the exact same beds and baths, square footage that have sold within the last 3 months or so, and use those to compare. And that's really where you're gonna find your answer. So, and that's a little bit harder. It's easier to access with the MLS. So that's why I say rely on your agent. You can look at like Zillow and stuff, or like tax records if you really want to go hard. But I mean, that's what you're. That's. I didn't even.
Couldn't catch up to the heater. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score.
Oh my gosh.
Back here at the
This
ballpark,
game,
here's the
dude.
third baseman, Brett Beatty.
Oh, how he'd love to walk it off right
This
here.
game.
Phillips back to work. On the ground to first.
Jeez,
He'll
and I
throw
advanced the
himself,
runner.
and
What are you
one
doing?
to the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Why was it like a bad throw like that? I don't understand the pitch meter on this game, I guess.
Now up to hit Francisco Lindor. Worked a walk in his first trip to the plate. Swing and a bouncer.
Dive!
And it goes just foul.
In the infield at the corners, don't be surprised to see them come home first and prevent that run from scoring.
He
Now
moved,
a
she
screamer in the
moved.
outfield.
That's game. They just won.
In there, that'll do it. In comes
Well-
the winning run, and they walk it off.
There you have it. The Carolina Outlaws lost to the Pinheads. Don't even know what that means. In wrap, 15-second wrap. Buyer's advantage zone, 0% down. All you need is a 640 credit score. Don't have to carry PMI. Makes it very accessible for first-time home buyers to buy a home with little money down. If you have any questions on that, let me know. Get a hold of me. Would love to talk to you about that. If you're in a different area outside of South Carolina, still get a hold of me. I have a big network of agents all over the country that I can refer you to someone that we trust and that we know is going to give you a great experience. Peace out, guys. Also, Don, thank you for watching.